Hello everyone and welcome back to QuipScope, the show where we talk about brand new video games that have just come out. My name is Peter.
And my name is Ben.
And today we're here to talk about another PS5 game. How exciting. It's the one that everyone's got on their PS5.
Yeah.
It's ASTRO BOT. ASTRO BOT's Playroom.
Astro's Playroom.
Just Astro's Playroom.
Just Astro's. He's dropped the bot now. It's sort of a Madonna-style name change and rebrand. Mm-hmm. So it's just Astro. He's just Astro now, Mum. Just call me Astro.
The artist formerly known as Astro BOT.
Exactly.
It's like Pokemon, only he's devolving. He's losing bits of his name.
Yes.
He used to be Astro Boy,
the
popular anime character. Then he became a bot, and now he's just Astro. Soon he'll be Astro. Oh, that's what we're about to find out today, because Ben's going to give his first impressions of Astro's Playroom and tell us whether or not it's ass or great.
Great, there it is. Fantastic. Yes, as Peter said, everyone has this game. It's a bundle with the PS5. It's there on your console already. In fact, I think I had to buy it, which was weird. Even though it was on my homepage, I still had to click purchase.
Oh, and then you get an email. Thank you for your purchase.
Yeah, you do. I think Store. So. That's good. Yes, it's a delightful platformer that's meant to sort of showcase and show off the new technology inside your amazing DualSense controller. But it's also starring Astro, formerly known as Astro Bot, who of course was in its own VR game last year. I don't want to say last year. I think it was 2018 is when it came out. And it's one of the best VR games going. It's a fantastic platformer, really, really good. And of course, he first made an appearance in the Playroom. And I think there was also the Playroom VR. It just sort of popped up in there. So these are sort of in the post-PS4 age, or the post-PS3 age, I should say. Sony has sort of adopted these little Astro Bots, because there are various types. Astro is sort of the titular one with a cape, who looks really, rad. But there's also lots of other Astro Bots as well. And they've sort of become de facto console mascots, not in any marketing or anything, but certainly, being software that's bundled or free with the various consoles. They're sort of appearing more and more. And this platformer shows off the controller and all the new things it does very effectively, mind. It just sort of highlights how much nicer this controller is than the DualShock 4 was. Yeah. But it's just it all takes place inside the PS5. It's extremely meta. It's filled with references and all sorts of other stuff, and it's absolutely whimsical and delightful and really, really lovely.
That's lovely to hear, because I've seen people talk about this online already and saying, don't skip it. I know you probably didn't even play Playroom the first time round, but this is well worth a go. It's meta. It's full of references to previous Sony properties and PlayStation games, and apparently there's some really deep cuts as well, like some quite obscure stuff that maybe is that obscure that you haven't even noticed and therefore can't give us an example of those. But as well as the more obvious choices, I hear that there's some really old, I guess PS1 references. I've seen an Ape Escape one, a screenshot of that.
Yep.
So is there a lot? Do you know what the runtime is going to be like? Have you finished it? What's the runtime? Are you aware of that?
It's not going to take you that long. No. I wouldn't have thought. There are 4 worlds, each with, I believe, 4 levels within them. Mm-hmm. And they all show off the various different elements of the controller, the vibration, the adaptive triggers, all that kind of stuff. The touchpad, the microphone, and so on and so forth. So it is very much a gimmicky thing by design to show off all this stuff in the controller. But it took me about maybe half an hour, 3/4 of an hour to play through one world. However, I wasn't actually trying to collect everything. There's coins, there's puzzle pieces and stuff, because as you go, you'll pick up these puzzle pieces hidden in the levels, and it'll decorate sort of a hub area, like a big tapestry going all the way around with an original piece of art of various PlayStation moments and consoles and hardware, just with the Astro or the bots, all around them, which is quite nice. And you'll also find they're called, I can't remember what they're called now. Relics? No, they're not relics. What are they called? They've got a specific name in Astro's Playroom.
Trophies.
Not trophies, but they're sort of they're physical pieces of hardware, sort of memories, if you will. So I found a PS3 console. I found the navigation controller for the Move. I found a UMD. I found a PSP. And they're sort of like a super highly detailed model that you can rotate and look at. And as you collect them going through the levels, again, they will also move to this hub area. So you can then just walk around them and look at these stops along the history of PlayStation.
Yeah, a little trip down memory lane.
Exactly.
Of the hardware. I've heard really big things about this, actually. So when people have said, don't skip this out, don't sit and wait for you to play this, I've seen claims as big as this is one of the best 3D platformer, mascot platformers ever made, or in recent memory, or has it blown you away within the platformer world, or do you just think it's an average, a decent enough thing?
Well, I don't think platformers really exist anymore in any reasonable quantity. So I feel like just by being a platformer, that kind of sets it apart.
It's the best one on PS5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do genuinely think it's really good. I thought, and a lot of people echoed this at the time, the what's it called? Astro Bot Rescue Mission, the VR game, which was just a platformer, but you had a VR headset and you could peer around the environment and the stage and stuff like that. I thought that was fantastic, like really, really good. And a number of people said at the time that if Nintendo had made that, it would be getting Game of the Year noms, just because it's that kind of game that Sony doesn't traditionally make anymore. But Nintendo definitely does. It's very much in their wheelhouse. And a lot of people have said of this game, of Astro's Playroom, that it's probably the most Nintendo-style game PlayStation have ever made. It is genuinely really good. I'm kind of sad that it's so short. I'm really grateful that it's there and free, but I hope that the critical reception to this game, which I think is sort of on the mid-80s, which I feel like is about right, will inspire them to perhaps commission a full game, a proper one, an Astro Bot's Rescue Mission, except not in VR.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, actually. That you think it's it's got legs in. They could maybe develop this further, because it seems a shame almost that, as you say, both the VR game and this one are objectively very good games, but it's almost because they're bundled with a console or because they are sort of made just to show off some tech, they don't feel like you're supposed to treat them as a proper game. If you're right that if Nintendo had released that, people would be going wild about it. So that's almost sad, really, that people put it in its own box and don't necessarily think of Astro when they think of, what are some of the really good games of the past few months.
Wii Sports is still my favourite Wii game. I know there are some fantastic Wii games that I've almost certainly not played, but that was a bundle in,
Yeah.
That was in there with your Wii when you purchased it, and that's the same for Astro's Play. I'm trying to remember all the different iterations of names that this guy's had. Astro's Playroom. I think it's one of the best bundle-in games that I've ever played, and I've not played much of it, but it's it stays largely consistent throughout. Not only is it does it take very clever advantage of the controller to show off what it can do, but it's also just a real love letter to PlayStation fans. Like there's so much in there, all the references and the scenes being reenacted, however subtle, by the bots themselves. So I saw Until Dawn, and the only thing that gave me any hint that that's what was going on there is because there were a number of them. One of them was wearing a woolly hat, and they're all shivering in the snow.
Right.
I was like, that's them. One of them's got glasses. Okay, that's Until Dawn. I hopped past a window.
One of them's wearing a towel.
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere with a towel. There was a bit where I was going past a window and there were a bunch of bots sat on the sofa booting up Dude Raider.
Okay.
Like Tomb Raider, but obviously referring to Uncharted.
Yeah.
So many things. There was just a Spyro doll on a table at some point.
Sent me the image of that one.
Yeah. There's tons. There's so many good ones in there. I hit a cardboard box and a bot dressed as Snake popped out and looked around with a gun and then went back under the box. It's just stuffed full of things that, and you say there's lots of really deep cuts. There's some really, really subtle ones on there. And you are correct in that I've probably missed most of them.
Yeah.
But there have been a couple of instances of a sort of a T-Rex on a computer monitor, which I have to assume is referencing that first PS1 demo they showed with the T-Rex.
PS1 Dino, I think it was called. Officially.
Was it?
Or PlayStation Dino, yeah.
Oh, there you are. But yeah, it does offer other things. So you got these four worlds. You got to collect all the stuff. You get coins when you go through, and you can go to sort of a claw machine and get more puzzle pieces for your tapestry, and the cards, the in-game cards that help you. The ones they showed off in that state of play that I haven't really looked at yet.
Yeah.
You press the PS button. It lets you skip to certain levels or offers you guides and stuff that can help you get the remaining puzzle pieces that you need. But on the whole, it just controls very well. It's very sweet and fun whenever you rotate the camera so that you can see Astro head on. He'll wave at you all excitedly. And when you go into water, he gets a little sort of rubber ring around him, and he's just kicking his little robot legs to go. It's very sweet. It's full of character, and I'm genuinely really enjoying it. It's also got some speedrun stuff too.
Oh, nice. Where
you set speed records or best times, and you can go up against your friends and so on. They look to be bespoke levels, not just... Some of them I think are just ripped from levels you've played, but one of them was this icy one where I had to get through it as fast as possible, and I did it over and over and over again until I was the best person on my friends list. Hooray! Which means I am the greatest.
That's true. I think that's definitely... That confirms it.
That's true. Thank you. But yeah, it's really good. There's lots of stuff in it, a surprising amount, and it's all free, and I hope they make a full game.
I'm really looking forward to playing it. I know you've finished your initial run through Demon's Souls. I'm still working my way through Spider-Man, Miles Morales. So it's next on my list to play. I'm going to quickly get through that and then move on to another major game. But nice. Yeah, I'm really excited. So good to hear that it is as good as some people seem to be saying on social media. Because I trust you more than them, Ben.
Oh, thank you. Saying. Thank you very much. While I was playing it, I was thinking, Peter would love this game. There's so much stuff in here. He's going to love it. You get to look at that high-res PS1 model and just rotate it and open the disc tray and stuff.
Yeah. I think I might have seen a picture of a multi-tap as well on Twitter, possibly.
I think the PSP camera is in it. There's so many deep cuts. There's so many weird references, and I just can't believe that a lot of them are in there. But it's really, it's just really well made. I'm really impressed.
Lovely. Well, Astro's Playroom, more like, more like Astro's Yay Room.
Oh, that's good.
Because we're really happy that it came out and it's good.
That's good, yeah. Astro's Playroom, more like Astro's Play Boom. Because this is going to see an explosion of Astro games.
Nice. Astro's Playroom. More like Astro's PlayStation 5 coming soon to a restocked shop near you in about a month.
Yeah, maybe.
Did really low supplies all over the world.
Really low supplies. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, me too.
All right, bye.
Bye.